Appreciate you having me, Coach. Dontavius Smith here, offensive coordinator, quarterback coach at Keystone College. I'm just going to kind of run through some stuff with you guys, kind of what we do. Us being a brand new program, coming in, you got to put yourself in position, especially with our guys, to put them in position to be successful. You know, when what we're going to talk about with our screens and our RPO deal, we're going to just kind of go through just a couple things that we do offensively that I think kind of gave our guys an ability to perform on the field at a high level, but at the same time simple enough that we could execute and it was not our thinking. You know, when you're dealing with a team full of freshmen, you're trying to figure out, you know, from an offensive or a defensive standpoint, like what are we going to put in that going to allow those guys to play fast and not think the whole time. It's a big transition from high school to college, as we all know. So that was the big thing, is having something in place for our guys to be able to perform at a high level and still get some success, but be able to fall back on when things kind of got rowdy for them. So just in our RPO screen game, we're going to talk a little bit about that. Let's get this thing going here. Okay, our key screens are big in our offense. And how we teach it, again, is no different than what people are doing across the country or maybe at your school or anywhere else. We just teach it the way we teach it. You know, it's simple for us. It's simple to teach for us as coaches, and our kids were able to buy into it and do what we ask them to do. Why we do it, and you'll see our pops on RPOs and why RPOs and how we implement those things as well. Our key screens. They're tag screens. They're not automatic. I've talked to a number of coaches across the country. I've been different places, whether it's Texas, Georgia, up in the PA area, out in Iowa. There are coaches sometimes that, hey, we're going to attach the screen to it every time, kind of give it that triple option look, and we're going to always have the backside screen attached to it. For us, it's not that way. I believe in our receivers should be able to block. We all know receivers don't like the block, but I believe they should be able to block in the run game. I tell our guys, hey, our O-line can pop this thing and make it go 15 yards, but if you guys block downfield, it can go 50 yards. So, you know, putting that on those guys, letting them know, like, hey, you know, even in our screen game, you're going to have to block, so why not add you to the run? So, again, they're not tagged. We tag them when we want to, and again, becomes an extension of our run game. For us, we don't count safeties in our offense. Okay, it's determined by our perimeter defenders, and they're non-negotiable with throws. When we put our screens in, that's the very first thing I tell our quarterbacks in our room is, hey, when we throw our screens, when we call them, when we tag them, we're going to read how we read them, and they're non-negotiable. If they're there, you take them. If they're not, then we play football. We run the ball, run inside zone or power or counter, whatever we got called. But they're non-negotiable throws for us. Why we do it that way? For one, like most guys in the country, when you run spread, we want to get our guys the ball in space. You know, we want to attack the field not only vertically but horizontally. If you're going to play games with those guys on the edge, we're going to take advantage of that. We use that. Our screens are as an answer. You know, again, it's no right or wrong way to do it. Some guys, you know, attach the screen automatically. We want to use that as an answer. If they're adding more to the box, because we're not throwing a ton of screens out there, then we know we add that as an answer, and we now take advantage of that green grass that you're now vacating. For our quarterbacks, we just have them say, hey, if you can count to 3, you should be fine. You know, if you can't count to 3, then you shouldn't be in a college classroom or a college football team, nevertheless. But if you count to 3, you should be fine. So another thing is we want those edge defenders to make plays. You know, they go through tackling drills every day as well, you know, and they learn how to tackle in the open field, but how comfortable are they doing that? You know, putting a playmaker out there, whether it's a slot or running back or outside guys out there in space against safety or a linebacker or even a corner for that matter, it does put a little bit of stress on them. So we want those guys to be able to play in space. If they can tackle in space, that's great. If I'm one-on-one with a safety, a linebacker, or a corner, I'll take that matchup. Okay, get your defense running side to side and get those safeties rolling down. Again, we don't count safeties in our offense, and we have our tags and our adjustments off of that. That if you want to add a safety to our screen game, we have our adjustments off of that. So we tell our quarterbacks don't count safeties. We're only counting the second level, the corners and the linebackers. Safeties there, they decide to come down into the boxes at the second level, then we'll add them into the count. But we don't look at those guys at all. Here you see our key one screen. Again, we don't count the safety. We have them up there just for show, but we count those first two guys. We count the corner and the linebacker. For our key one screen and our key two screen out of 2x2 look, it's strictly on our quarterback. We look at it, we say, hey, if he's directly 2/2, it's now turned off. You're strictly running the ball. We know they can react and jump the screen a lot faster. If the quarterback feels in our key one screen here, if he has leverage, then we'll take the throw. We tell our quarterbacks, you're going to turn two, double play like in baseball, and you're going to beat the defender with the football. So if we got leverage on our guy, he decides to take the key. Right now, he's just catching and throwing. Okay, he's beating the guy with the ball and putting the ball in space. Our slot has an MDM block. Okay, he's reading the corner first. If that corner bails, he's going to kind of motor down, or we call it tempo down, get his eyes inside for the overflow defender running to the football. If that corner drives, we take him. We want him block him outside shoulder, so if we catch him, we're up the sideline. But we want to take him the easiest path. If he comes driving on field, we can kick him out and we get underneath that and get back out. That's fine. If we can get to the outside shoulder, we'll take that as well. In our 3x1 set, okay, you will see here, we're out, okay? We'll block the outside shoulder of the corner. We'll try to get to the outside shoulder of our alley defender. Now, what you see there is the dotted line there is what we tell our guys is, hey, if you feel like you can't get that guy, if he's so out leveraged that you can't get the two from your spot, we make a ribs call. And we look out to each other and we just yell ribs, ribs, ribs. And they echo the call back. And now they switch responsibilities. Our H will now take that slot defender because he has better leverage. And our Y come right off the butt of our slot receiver to kick the corner or get to his outside shoulder. Yeah, the way we run our screen is our outside guy is going to take a quick jab step and he's going to back up. We tell our quarterbacks on that screen, all our screens are upfield hand throws. We want to throw our guy forward and give him momentum going forward. Okay, we don't want him to have to run and chase the ball, throw it backwards, or throw it right to him. We want him forward momentum, so we get him going forward now. Sometimes it beats the guys, the alley defender's leverage when he's running to the football when we got him running full speed going forward. And then we also throw a single side key one. Okay, and that's basically off our corner. We tell our quarterback, hey, look at that corner. If he's soft, take it. If he's 5 yards in the end, it's turned off. We stick with the run. So again, you look at those situations, and I think back to even in high school. What's the quickest way to get your guy the ball in space, especially in a one-on-one position, is throw the key one screen. We'll go 3x1 and run inside zone or a power counter and throw the key backside. And if we have it, you're one-on-one with the corner. If you beat that guy, we got a lot of green grass out there, and you're telling the safety to come over or a linebacker to run over there and make tackle in space, which is what we want in our key game. So it's just another answer for us when we're doing that. Another way to put playmakers on those defenders. Key two for us is a bubble. Okay, we don't bubble back. We tell our guys he's going to open up, and he's going to take 3 hard steps. And then he's going to get his head around and start working for the bottom of the numbers. As you can see, our Z receiver, he has a MDM block. That corner's soft. Okay, we tell him not to chase the corner. Okay, he's going to tempo it out with his eyes inside. Okay, filling the corner. If that alley the guy is the most dangerous to make the play, we turn inside and we take him away. And again, we leave one with the corner. If that corner drives, we block the outside shoulder and we get our guy on the sideline. But again, our quarterback has to do a great job of seeing this, but also beating the guy with the ball and giving us a great throw, giving our guy momentum to get upfield. Our key two screen, okay, we take a tempo release. We tell our guy to take that same jab step as if he's going to release like our outside guy in the key one, and he kind of tempo release here. If we can get outside shoulder of the alley defender, we'll split this. Okay, we tell our Z receiver, take him on least path of resistance. If he slices, we're going to run him by our H and we get outside. If he wants to keep contained, that's great. We block his inside shoulder, tell him, sit him next to our coach, let him come meet me if he wants to. And we split those guys, and we're running on the safety. Okay, again, we don't really look at safeties much. We want those guys making as many plays as possible. If the safeties are making plays to us, then we're doing a great job in the screen game. Our key 3 screen is what I love the most. I love to build 3x1 and line up in 3x1 screen. I think it's the easiest for our guys. It's easy for anybody that you put in the system. Again, with us being a young football team, a team full of freshmen, we had a few different quarterbacks that were different. We had a wing T guy, we had a spread guy, we had a kid that played in a pro style offense. We had we had a guy that didn't even play in the spread, but didn't throw many screens. So for us, we was able to plug these guys in and say, hey, again, if you can count to 3, you should be able to look out there and make the call and get the ball out. But 3x1 is probably the most clearest vision and clearest decision for our quarterbacks, because you see 3 guys out there and it's 2 defenders. And based off leverage, we know, hey, we have an alley guy, we have a corner, we're throwing it. It's a no-brainer, non-negotiable. We see it, we take it. He turns the double play. Our Y and our number 3, it could be our Z, it could be our X. Our number 3 receiver does the same thing. He's going to turn. He's going to try to outrun this alley defender, 3 hard steps, and he's going to start working to the bottom of the numbers. We're trying to catch this ball from our slots because we're 1 yard off the ball. We're trying to catch this ball right at the line of scrimmage or just past it. Again, throwing our guy forward, but giving him momentum. Now, as you'll see later on in our film here, throwing him forward, giving him a chance to run. Our key 3, we'll throw it to our tight end. Okay, we had a couple of athletic tight ends this year that were really good with us. We'll throw the bubble to them. Some offenses you'll see that throw that, make that a flat route. For us, we'll jab and we'll still take that 3-step vertical horizontal release, and we'll throw it to our guy. And you'll see here in film, again, non-negotiable throws. It's a little cloudy at times for us, but not so much that we don't know. If that alley the guy decides he wants to come, we know we're throwing a key screen out there, and again, we're just turning the double play. Out of our 20 personnel set and 10 personnel, we'll build it. Okay, we've got a deep motion here where we'll build 3x1, and again becomes a very clear picture for our quarterbacks. We tell our guys if they rotate, bump, or that safety rolls down with the motion, it's turned off. Okay, they're now going 3-over-3. We're running the football. If nobody moves on the motion, we know that we're going to let our guy clear, and we're going to throw this thing out there by the numbers and get our guy in space. Okay, so again, our receivers, they have to understand their blocking as well. And again, not just when we're throwing screens, but putting them in the run game, okay, allows them to understand, like, hey, in the run game we're blocking, in the screen game we're blocking, but it also puts the onus on them because they know when we're building 3x1, or if we're in 2x2 or in 3x1, they know as well. They can look out there and say, hey, it's 3-over-2. We're throwing the football. Okay, so it kind of lets them know that they're gonna what they have to do, and they're not guessing. If the quarterback pulling, if he does pull, is he gonna throw it? Is he not gonna throw it? We know it's 3-over-2 or 2-over-1, and we're throwing football. So they know, like, I have to block. It's a no-brainer in that situation. So it makes it easy for them to understand as well. And again, out of 20 personnel, we'll build it. Okay, again, I love building 3x1, key screens and throwing the key out there. Not too many defenses want to rotate to that. They want to stay in that too high shell and rally late, which allows us to get the ball out and get that guy in space and do his thing. Okay, so some clips here we'll go through. Okay, we got a key 1 screen here. Again, putting those guys in space. Okay, put them in a position where they have to make tackles. Okay, our slot, as you see here, doesn't do a great job. Okay, he's chasing a corner. Okay, which is what we tell him not to do. Don't chase the corner. That corner bails. He should get his eyes inside right now. So right now he should be turning inside to take this alley defender. And as you can see, there's a lot of green grass out there between the corner and our number 1 receiver. But this is why we say we want to get our guys the ball in space. Okay, our quarterback beats the defender with the football. Okay, his techniques is not as great. It's probably the second game of the year. Still working at it, getting the kinks out, but turns the double play and gets the ball out. Okay, now you're telling this linebacker you have to make a play in space. And when he's closing at that speed and just a little subtle movement by our Z, okay, puts him in space. Okay, we gain 8 yards here on a first down throw here. Okay. So now we're in a position now where the playbook's open now on 2nd and 2. Okay. And that's what we're trying to get out of our screen game. If you want to clear out the box, or if you want to slow play it or add in late with your alley defender, we're going to take advantage of the grass that you're giving us and let those safeties make plays. Okay, here again, we go 3-by-1. Okay, quarterback catches it, take a jab step, he backs up. Okay, you see our guy back up here. Okay, and again, we pick up 8-9 yards. You get the look here. We get leverage by our slide. He can't get there. They make a ribs call. They X this thing out. Okay, we get to the corner's outside shoulder, and now we're up the sideline. Tell those safeties to make plays. Okay, 9-yard gain. We'll take that. Okay, if you call that on first down and you're getting 9 yards, it's a great deal. And this is why we do not automatically have it attached to our offense. Is we want to be able to call this when we want to. Okay, and execute. The big thing for us is and I've heard guys ask me, well, do you think it shows tendencies? Well, it depends on what you're looking at, and the reason why we do it that way is because we don't have to call the screen. I may get in 3-by-1 and we're gashing people with the inside zone or power, and I might just line up 3-by-1 and just and run power or just run inside zone and let those guys block. You might see it as, okay, every time it's 3-by-1 or he's by himself, they're going to throw the screen. Where if you start to adjust to that, you're light in the box. Okay. And if you lighten the box, then we can run the football. If you feel like, hey, they're running the ball now, once you decide to load the box, you don't know when we're calling the screen. And that's what makes it great for us. And that's what we're looking at here. We got a soft corner. Okay, our cornerback looks at it. He's at 6. Okay, he's at 6 yards. And our quarterback knows he's going to throw. If he bails out, we're taking a jab step and backing up. Okay, if he bails out, we're throwing the football. Jab step, backs up, throws him upfield. As you see him throws him forward, gives him momentum. We get the first down there. Okay, 6-yard gain. But again, one-on-one, tell that guy to make a play. Okay, tell that guy to make a play. Got key 2 screen here. He's going to tempo it out. Okay, you see the jab step. Okay, doesn't have to go anywhere. Just backs up. Again, outside shoulder. Okay, our outside guy doesn't do a great job. Okay, we don't tell him to run all the way to him. We tell him, get 3 to 4 yards off and motor down and let him commit. When he commits, we latch on. Okay, I tell him it's like kissing your girlfriend. When you're going to go kiss your girlfriend, you don't go 100% of the way. You go about 80% of the way, and she meets you somewhere in the middle. Okay, so we tell our guys, if you run all the way, you're going to get smacked. And he runs here all the way, and he loses our guy. Okay, but again, you see we're running on a safety. We get that blocked up. We're having a safety make a play, and we get 10 yards here. Okay, great job by our quarterback getting the ball out. Okay, and getting in the space and doing what we do. Okay, our slot does a great job getting hands on and letting our guy run. Another look at it here. We get a inside zone with a key 2. Okay, our quarterback looks outside. He's on top of our slot right now, but we still run the key. Okay, we know it's strictly run. They know it's run. They know it's turned off. Okay, but we still make it look like we're going to run the key. We run the football. Okay, almost get in right here, but we know it's 2 over 2. Now we're focused on running inside zone here. And I think it does a great job for us simply because it allows us, again, there's no thinking involved. It's either throw it or we're running it. Here you get a good look over here. It's not a great job here by our slot. Okay, Bubbles loses ground here. I tell him here, just turn and run down the line. But our quarterback does a great job throwing him forward. Turns 2. Okay, would like to get out a little faster. Turns 2 and gives us a chance to get the ball in space. You see our slot here, tempos this thing out. His guy bails, gets your eyes back inside. Okay, tell that guy to make play in space. Okay, we got a 7-yard gain there. Hey, there's a bunch look for us. Key 3. Okay, got a guy here in the slot right here. We got a guy on the corner. He should be arcing for his outside shoulder. He's running for width. Okay, we're forcing this guy to make a play. Okay, if he couldn't get there, he'd make a ribs call. He'd come first, and then he'd rub right off. All right, but do a good job getting outside. And it's not a great block. And we tell it in this look, you say, well, man, it's bad. It's terrible. If our slot does what he's supposed to do, and you see he's kind of slow out there, if he does what he's supposed to and get out there, that's a great block. He goes underneath, that's a win for us. Okay? But again, if you look at what we're trying to do is get that kid the ball in space. And as you can see, we get him in space. Our playmakers do a great job of making guys miss. Okay? And those guys on defense, yes, you go through tackling drills every week, you tackle inside out. But it's a lot different when you got a kid running full speed and you have to try to track him, okay, with a lot of grass out there. Another look from bunch tight here. Okay, again, okay, he's a little slow out. Tempo release this. Our outside guy doesn't do a great job. Again, fighting to get to his outside shoulder. But again, we get that kid in space. Okay, get him the ball in space, and let's see what happens. Okay, my guy against your guy. Who's going to win? Cover 1. Okay, we get our 3-by-1 set with an off tight end. Okay, we call key 3 here. Okay, our quarterback makes the decision. Okay, we got a soft corner. We got a soft alley guy. Okay, he's inside here. We're from the sideline. I know we should be throwing it. Okay, I'm looking at it right now. I'm like, that's a throw. Okay, our tight end's gonna win. Our slot's gonna make sure he goes inside, and we're gonna get on the edge. Our quarterback makes the decision to hand the ball off. People look at that and they'll say, hey, well, why didn't he throw the football? Again, it's their decision. Okay, it's non-negotiable if they're gonna throw it. If they're gonna throw it, they're gonna throw it. Okay, it's there. I jump him all the time. Hey, it's there. Throw it. He comes over to the sideline and say, hey, we have this. Take that. His response to me was, coach, it was a little cloudy for me. I didn't know if he was going to appeal with it. We live with that. Okay, it kind of cuts down a communication error that we have. Coach, I had it. Coach, I didn't have it. Yes or no? Okay, no, it wasn't there. I gave it. We have no issue with that. Okay, we give it. We get 6 yards here. I'll take that. Okay, but we come back to it later in the game. We see that look, and we throw it, okay? Our slot does a great job, inside out, soft safety, okay? Not chasing him. Get your eyes inside for the most dangerous, okay? We get on the edge, get 7.6 points out of it, okay? But again, it becomes a non-negotiable type deal for our guy, okay? He's going to throw it. He's not going to change his decision, okay, midstream. If he's going to throw it, he throws it. We live and die with it. If he runs it, he runs it. Okay, we do a great job with that. Good job by our tight end, gets in. Okay, we go key 3 here. Okay, again with our tight end, he's out. Okay, if you got 6 in the box, you want to keep 6 there, that's great. We'll take advantage of the grass out there. Make him go underneath. Put him in grass. Put him in space. Okay, 8-yard gain, 10. And there are times we look at this thing and say, hey, coach, if we would have gave it, we would have popped it. We understand that. It's a give and take to that situation there. Okay, when we tag it, we're tagging it with the perception that we're 9 times out of 10 we're going to throw it. Okay, if you adjust, you go cover 1, then again, we know it's turned off. But if we tag it most times, we know we're going to throw the football. Here's our 10 personnel. We go deuce. Okay, deep motion here. They don't rotate. We know we're throwing out the bottom numbers. Okay, get inside. Again, get our guy in space. Get him in space. Let him make plays. Okay, it's not blocked great. Okay, our slot loses leverage here. Okay. Our outside guy blocks outside shoulder. Okay, if we get that slot block, we're on the edge again with the safety. But again, letting that kid do what he does with the ball in his hands and with green grass. Okay, again, another 10-yard gain. And our guys did a great job with this all year long. Okay, and the reason, and I think it goes back to just saying, hey, this is what it is. Okay, if they rotate, we run it. If they don't, we're throwing it. And because they can see it as it happens, they know this is where I should be. This is how it's supposed to look. And as you can see, you get the defense running. Okay, the defense they have to close a lot of space to get there. Okay, we go key 3 again. Got started here a little bit late. But again, get that guy in space. But again, I love building 3-by-1. Okay, it's probably the cleanest look for our quarterback. It's the most confident look for our quarterback because he sees it's there. Okay, it's not I may have it, I may not. It's there or it's not. We get a look here. Okay, we see the defense rotate down. Okay, we make the decision. Okay, we don't know if he's going to fan with it or play the run, so we stick with the run, and we get a hit out of it. We see movement that tells the quarterback stay with the run, and we do a great job with it at the O-line spot. Okay, our running back does a great job reading it. Good job by our quarterback. I would like for him to finish. Okay, but we get what we want out of it. Okay, 20 personnel. Okay, we go our motion. Okay, put them in motion. Do they rotate? Yes, no. Throw the ball. Okay, in space again. Slot does a decent job. Okay, not a great job. Does a decent job getting hands on. Okay, they don't have to be killer blocks. They just got to be occupied. We tell our guys, just occupy the guy. Okay, you don't have to have a pancake out there. You're not old lineman. But if his hands are on your body, he can't make the tackle. Okay, so we tell our guys really got to occupy their hands and give us a chance to do what we do in space. Our pops and RPOs, we're second level defender reads. Okay, we will read third level as well. Our quarterback are flat footed. Okay, we tell them either you're giving or you're pulling. Okay, you're not trying. You're looking at one defender, and we're going to step down. Okay, really make the mesh happen. Okay, ride all the way through, and stand up and throw the football. If that defender flat foots or backs up, okay, we give. Okay, so it's a give. They're giving us that read. But if they step in or step down, we pull and throw. Okay, if they want to add into the run, again, we're gonna take advantage of the grass that they're vacating. Okay, why do we do it that way? We want defenders to defend all 11 players on the football field. Okay, it allows us again to have a built-in option. Okay, for what we're doing. Okay, and again, there's no right or wrong to it. You can have RPOs every play. Some people feel like receivers can't block, so just let them run routes. You know, I have no problem with that. It's a great idea. Okay, it slows you down in a way, but if I can get an aggressive defense where I get guys that want to bring pressure on second and third down, we know we have those answers built in because we know we'll be either strictly a run offense. We're going to run zone, run power, run counter, or we're now going to throw off of it. Okay, we're going to read our conflict defender, take advantage of the green grass he vacates. It 9 times out of 10 is going to slow an aggressive defense down. Okay, you can't really get into the mind of a defensive coordinator, which is not the game that I'm playing with him. I'm trying to beat the guys that's on the field. Okay, I'm trying to take advantage of those guys. Okay, they're high percentage throws for our quarterbacks. Okay, and for us or anybody else, I feel like even for a non-mobile quarterback, they become a threat in the run game. Okay, with their arm. So our hitch here, okay, depends on, and it's strictly game plan. We don't say read the sound. We don't say read the mic. We don't say look at the corner. It's predicated on what you're going to give us. If you're a cover 14, we know 9 times out of 10, most times we can take the outside hitch. Our first look, though, is I tell our quarterbacks, hey, read that mic. Because we like when we call our RPO games, we like to stick the end. Okay, so we'll stick that in and let that linebacker play in green grass. If he vacates it, we take it. If he sits, we give. Okay, but we can throw it to any one of these 3 guys. Okay, the way we run our routes are leverage based. So this Sam, as you can see the inside leverage here, we tell our defenders on hitch, our receivers, your job is to run 6 yards, get 6 yards, but get between the defender and the football, wherever his leverage may be. Okay, we're trying to win our leverage back. So wherever he may end up, okay, we're trying to be between the defender and the football. So if our quarterback decides to make a bonehead throw, bad read, it becomes a catch tackle, okay, or at worst, an incompletion. Okay, we're not throwing an interception there. Okay, so as long as we get in between the defender and the football on our hitches, we got a chance to either make a completion with a catch tackle, or again, like I said, we're incomplete or we're giving a ball on the run. Okay, we got 3-by-1 look with a tight end attached. Okay. They played the backside safety over number 1. Okay, we knew he was going to read the inside linebacker. He vacated. We took advantage of the throw. Okay, he worked to try to get inside. We knew that safety was way over the top inside, so we just told him to release vertically. As you see, we tell our quarterback to really stick it in there. Okay, stick it in there. Just raise up and throw it. Okay, it's almost like basketball. Quick pass to him. There we go, 24 hitch. We get it rolled down safety. Okay, we don't know if he's going to buzz out to the flats or not, so our quarterback knows. He brings help. Okay, help rolls down. It becomes a run, strictly run. Okay, play the run game. I still feel like we could have taken this hitch. Okay, because the safety never played, he's kind of in limbo for us. But again, if he's gray, the alley defender's playing it, we take it away. But that corner is soft enough where we can take our 6-yard hitch, and we got a chance at making him miss in space there. Sosa's our double slant, okay? Inside zone, we read the alley defender. Okay, we don't read the Mike linebacker. We read strictly the alley guy. Okay, if he plays the high slant, okay, we throw the slant underneath him. Okay, if he buzzes out, we should be throwing the lookie right past his shoulder. Okay, the way we run this is we attack the shoulders of the alley defender. So we get him to lift and open his shoulders and break across his face. It should be there. Okay, we don't even worry about the mic again. We stick our end, as you'll see, in clips coming up in a second, and we tell that guy to either play in space, okay, and sit there and back up and play the lookie, and we run the football, or he's gonna now plug that hole, and we're gonna throw it right behind in that Sam Mike window for us. Okay. We'll build it out 3-by-1. Okay, we'll put a swing on it. Okay, to try to influence that linebacker. If they're a man, he's going to get out of there, and we throw the lookie. Okay. See here, we got an alley defender. He steps down. Okay. Quarterback's a little late with the ball, but he steps down. We know we're throwing it. It's a good job by that kid. Again, we'll build it out 3-by-1. No rotation. We get this alley defender. This is why we read it. We stick the end. You see the linebacker has got to play the green grass. Okay, make a decision. Okay, we attack his shoulders. Look inside. Okay, if he buzzes out with it, take it. And you see our footwork by our quarterback. He's going to stick it in there, really ride it, step up and throw. Okay, just give it to him right now. got 25 here called. Stick the end, and again, linebackers have to play green grass. He's got to do one of the two. He's going to sit there. He's gonna plug that gap. Okay, but again, we're reading this outside linebacker here. He steps in, throw it. Okay, steps in, throws it. But our quarterback does a great job sticking it in there, pulling out and throwing it. Backside. What happens if you don't get an alley backside or you don't get a Sam linebacker backside? It goes up. Okay. We tell our quarterback, hey, backside, there's nobody there. They push everything over. Okay. To balance, they kind of give them that overbalanced look. Okay. Our eyes go to the safety. This safety buzzes down. Okay. We give. Okay. We now give. Again, he's controlled by the backside gap. Okay. We still want to block the front side here. But if he buzzes down, okay, we give. If he flat foots or backs up, we pull and throw. Okay, so our quarterbacks, their eyes go up another level. And this all becomes part of the coaching deal. Why we can throw the single side as well is because they may have somebody backside, they may not. Now they have to understand there's nobody there. You're not reading the corner, okay, because we're winning off our leverage. Now we're reading the safety. Okay, what does he do? Does he become the backside defender? Okay. Safety before the snap. He's going to roll. Catch, tackle. Okay. Kid gets blasted. Great job holding on to the football. Okay. Works to get flat on his slant, which allows this. You know, we tell our kids on our slants that we want to win our leverage at the bottom and try to get as flat as possible. If all else fails, is catch, tackle. Okay, we don't want to put them on the old school slant where they're 1, 2, 3 and they're breaking, high. Puts them on a route to get crushed. Okay, at least here he has a chance to absorb the shock a little bit. Stick is a concept we really like. Okay, again, we get 2x2, we're running one stick. If we go 3x1, we're running 2 of them. Okay, again, he's reading it inside out. Mike first. If that Mike feels, we replace him. Okay, if we feel like that Mike is sitting there, he's slow playing, we'll transition out to the Sam linebacker. Okay, if that Sam linebacker buzzes out or backs up, we'll take the 6-yard stick. Okay, we'll build out a 2x2. Okay, and add a swing to it. Okay, which now puts that Sam again in conflict. Okay, this year we kind of stayed away from throwing the swing, even though we knew it was there, and there were times it popped open as being there. But we just went off the stick. If it was there, take it. If it's not, we ran the football. Okay, and again, his rules don't change. If he backs up or works out, we take the stick. If he steps in or flat foots, we get. Okay, and then as well, out of 20 personnel. Again, like I said, I like building 3x1 looks. It makes the defense have to do something, or they do nothing. And in doing that, you're still doing something in my brain. If you do nothing, you're doing something. So here we go 3x1. We put our H back in motion. Okay, he starts to buzz out. We know we're taking a stick right now. Our quarterback, even though he knows he's taking it, okay, he still goes through his normal deal. Okay, stick it in there, ride it through, stand up and throw the football. Okay, because we're still affecting that Mike linebacker. Would like for us to stick it there. Our slot there drifts a little bit. Two by two. Okay, we build 3x1. What does the defense do? Okay, eyes on the Sam linebacker. He buzzes out. Take your stick. Okay, again, catch, tackle. We'll take 6 yards. And this is where we kind of will try to evolve into that this year. Okay, again, that slot, Ali decides he wants to back up. Okay, we're inside of it. And this is a great example of what we're saying here. Okay, the linebacker backs up. We should be giving it, but we're not looking at it. Okay, we expected him to play the green grass. He doesn't. But because, again, our stick is inside foot of the alley defender or inside of him between him and the ball, it becomes a catch tackle. Okay, at worst, an incompletion. Okay, but his read tells him exactly that. He backs up, take the stick. Okay, but again, sticks it in there, throws it. 6 yards. Okay, we'll take that. It's a great call on first down. Now it's 2nd and 4. Our Y pop, okay, it could be Y or H for us. Okay, our pop passes were really good for us this year. We told our tight ends when we're teaching this, or even our slots when we're teaching this, if they're in tight, we're trying to replace the linebacker. Okay, if we're replacing that linebacker that's plugging the hole, we should be throwing it. Okay, and it's important that we really put it in there to make the mesh happen, to sell that we're running the football. Okay, to create that green grass in between the linebacker and the safeties to give us a chance to make that throw. 3-by-1, same deal. We'll go 3-by-1 with two tights. Okay, same deal. Get a rear view look at it. We go Y pop here. Okay, I should be on the backer. He flows. We throw it. Okay, he's got to replace he's trying to replace the linebacker. Okay, it does one and two things for us. Okay, if you're going man, you're going to outside leverage just like they did here. Okay, they outside leverage our safety. Our tight end, I'm sorry. Okay, if he's replacing the linebacker, he's not running away from the defender, which now gives us a good throw here versus running vertical. Okay, on a pop pass, he undercuts it. We're trying to replace this guy. So now we're throwing it into this space here, okay, and not over here. And now this safety has to run to make this play. Okay. Pop pass, trying to place a linebacker. Trying to get here. And look at it. Place the linebacker. Okay, stick it in there, pull and throw. Again, we're throwing it to the vacant part of the field. We're throwing it to the grass. We're not throwing it to our man. When we tell our guy, do not throw it to him. Throw it to the grass that he's running to. Okay, because for our guys, especially with freshman quarterback, you try to get them to understand. They're trying to throw it right to him, and it gets batted. It gets knocked out. It gets undercut. It's a pick. If we throw it to green grass, okay, at worst it's going to be an incompletion because they're going to meet at the same point. Okay, or we're throwing it in the open space. Throw it to him. Okay, we're putting him in a position now where he's potentially running into a defender. Great look at it here. You got an outside defender there. Run away from him. Another back view over here. Okay, linebacker walks up, replace him. We ran goal line as well. It's probably the most for us. It was really good. I tell anybody, if you want to run pop passes, the best place to run them, I think, would be in the red zone, goal line situation. It's short yardage. Everybody's aggressive. It looks like you're coming off the block and you run right by a defender, and he's open in the back of the end zone. Okay, it's one of those things you don't really prep for in a week. But it's a great call for it was great for us this year. We scored a few touchdowns off of it because it's such short yardage. It's just short. It's a short space. So for us, and when you're trying to do all these things, how do you implement our screen? We have a bunch of time carved out. We have a screen period, we have an RPO period with our receivers and our quarterbacks. We'll bring our running backs over there sometimes, but you have to carve out some time to practice these things, whether it's pre-practice, whether it's before or after your RVA drills, throwing routes on air. We have one of our things, we call it our option screen drill, where we'll run option one side and throw screens on the other. Just an ability for our quarterbacks to get work at both of those things. Quarterbacks, you have to implement in your footwork drill. Okay, we do our RPO footwork every day when we're going through our everyday footwork drills, our 3-step, our rocker step, our rhythm 3, our hitch 3, and we'll throw in our RPOs. We'll ride through it, bring the running backs over, and go through our footwork. Okay, well, when we're doing our drills, you have to give them various looks. Some cloudy, some clear, but putting the receivers and quarterbacks in situations where they're seeing how the movements happen. That way, once they transition over to team or game situations, they've seen it so many times throughout the week that it becomes second nature to them to be able to make those reads. And it doesn't have to be every day. We do it about 2 or 3 times a week, but we really, really get a ton of reps at it. And we also take it to the film room. We tell our guys to go through practice and see where they messed up, where they could have been better at, and instill in them. For them, it's like a basketball on grass mentality. Okay, as you see, we really stick it in there and throw it. We tell our guys it's more like throwing a pick and roll. Okay, when you come off the pick, your feet aren't set, your hips aren't turned. But when he rolls and you give him a laser pass to the basket, a lead pass to the basket, it's not always the best. You're not in the best position to do that. So we tell our guys, hey, when you see it, give them the ball. Okay, your feet might not be perfect, but we got to make sure our hips and our arm is finishing through and give them a good pass because we're throwing it right to them. Okay, those are high percentage throws for our guys. And quick game is something that we work on all week. So again, when you're incorporating the footwork and incorporating the drills all week, it again becomes second nature to those guys. So that's pretty much what we do. Again, there's no right or wrong to it. Everybody does it different. It's nothing, and some people do it how we do it. They may just coach it differently. But it's what we do that made it successful. It's my Twitter, my email for you guys. If you want to get in contact, when you got questions, you want to reach out, get the PowerPoint. I love to get, I love talking ball. Talking about situational stuff and how we adapt to that as well. But again, it's something that helped us and allowed our guys to gain confidence in what we were doing offensively and allowed them to play fast without thinking. And you saw our key game. Again, just can you count to 3? For our quarterbacks, if you count to 3, you should be fine. So that's what we do. Reach out if you have any questions. It's fun. I appreciate Coach having me on. Love to do this again sometime, Coach. But if that's not it, that nothing else, guys. I appreciate you guys having me. Appreciate you, Coach.